Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone is healthy and well today on this beautiful day. All my new supporters joining us for the first time, welcome. Welcome. I hope you all are healthy and well. Today we'll be checking out another ridiculous topic. Oh my goodness. Trump threatens to block opening of Gordie Howe Bridge. How is that even possible when Canadians paid for the bridge? you know, How could such thing even be possible? I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I know he don't got that much power now. To block the bridge off completely? Now, what is that doing to Canadians? Nothing, because you still have your supermarkets and stores and everything you need in your country. You don't need to come over here and cross the bridge. You did it out of love. But I guess screw that, you know? And now he finna just block the whole bridge off, and it's gonna affect us still. Mind you, those small businesses and everybody, mom and pop shops and stuff that are shut down because those people were not coming over that bridge no more to support their business. What about now? What about now? You're gonna block the bridge off, and you're that's like a definite. Well, you're not gonna succeed. How are you choosing the fate of these people's, their lives, their careers? That's not fair at all. They don't even have a chance to win back some of their customers, you know? At all. Even if stuff was to get better in the future, if you block this bridge off forever, that truly like splits ties. Like it's done, and it's gonna affect us even more. Our economy cannot take that right now, and I'm pretty sure our government cannot take that as well because we've been in debt. We ain't paid the debt off yet. We've been in debt. Let's jump right into this video, ladies and gentlemen. We got two videos. Stay tuned. We got two videos. We got this right here. I guess we're going to hear what Donald Trump got to say or what his words were actually. But after this, I got another video, and it's a surprise. It's a surprise, and we're going to be reacting to Mark Carney. But, okay, it's a fact check. It's literally a fact check by Mark Carney, I believe. We're going to go ahead and check it out after this because you know it'll be lies be thrown around every which way. I'm not having it.
Opening of the new Gordie Howe International, long-awaited opening of the new Gordie Howe International Bridge connecting the U.S. to Canada may be delayed again. This time it has nothing to do with construction delays, inclement weather, or supply shortages. Fox News' Dave Spencer joins us live along the Detroit River with more on why President Trump says the bridge won't open until he says it's time. Dave.
Oh, so never mind. It's not a complete block off. He's just stopping it. And who are you? Well, it's not opening until I say so. Well, when are you ever going to open it? It's not like anybody was going to come over the bridge. You act like people was coming over here. Go ahead, cancel the project then. Go ahead and pause the project. What? Wait, there's Canadians that got to work in the U.S.? Now, I'm pretty sure all the Canadians have probably evacuated the U.S. It's like, I'm going to work it. I'm going to work where I was born. If not, how are they able to get to work and commute on a daily basis? Say those people that had to cross those bridges and stuff. How they getting to work? A damn boat? How are they gonna get across? If there's any Canadians still working in the States, so that's how it is sometimes. This is crazy. Who are you to be like, man, we're gonna shut this down? If Canadians didn't work, if some Canadians didn't work in the US, and say something like that just wasn't a thing. Yeah, go ahead and pause the project. That's it. Yeah, pause the project. Don't even finish building the bridge because it's not like Canada needs to waste their money continuously building this bridge, especially if nobody crossing it. But yet again, don't pause it because now I'm thinking a little bit too much. Don't pause it now because what about the Americans that want to travel to Canada? They just got to go by plane, I guess, if you're going to pause or shut down the bridge. But what about the Americans that, is he trying to stop Americans from going? Is he trying to stop Americans from going over there too to support? Because I'm thinking about Canada too. Like, wait, you guys could use the people coming over this and that. That'll help pay for the bridge and everything, and you'll still get the toll revenue. People supporting your country, your economy. But what if Trump is like, well, that's not happening? What if he trying to what if he trying to keep us locked in and not support Canada, trying to block off ways to support Canada? Like we literally have to take a plane or something. Maybe I'm just ranting. Maybe I'm just thinking too much. I'll be overthinking way too much. I mean,
Why President Trump says the bridge won't open until he says it's time. Dave.
man.
Yeah, I think this one took a lot of people by surprise. The Gordie Howe Bridge is scheduled to open in early 2026, and from where I stand now, it looks ready to roll. So seemingly any day now, but the president came in and said, not so fast. He says he will delay that opening until he says that the U.S. is compensated for, quote, everything that they gave them being Canada in this scenario. The Gordie Howe Bridge is in the final.
He's using this bridge to get leverage. Oh, yeah. He's using this bridge to get leverage over Canada. He thinks he could get whatever he wants by shutting this down. Because maybe he's thinking like Canada, well, maybe they'll just, give us whatever in exchange for, in case, people from the U.S. want to travel across the bridge. They'll make the money back. I don't know how he's thinking. We don't know how Trump is thinking, to be honest. Frankly, I don't think anybody's thinking like that, man. Frankly, I don't think anybody wants to think like that, man.
Phases of its construction. All that's reportedly left to do is finish the inspection plazas and connect the bridge to local roads, both in Michigan and on the other side in Ontario.
It's done.
But now it appears a political obstacle stands in the way. President Donald Trump took to Truth Social Monday night to say the U.S. has been treated very unfairly by Canada. He goes on to say that President Obama gave Canada a waiver to get around the Buy American Act, meaning they didn't use any American steel to build the bridge, and he is willing to delay its opening because of it. U.S. Senator Alyssa Slotkin released a statement which reads in part, the president's agenda for personal retribution should not come before what's best for the U.S. Canada is our friend, not our enemy, and I will do everything in my power to get this critical project back on track, end quote. President Trump says the U.S. should own at least a half of the bridge, and he's open to immediate negotiations.
At least half of the. I don't want to own half of the bridge. Well, no, because you're going to bump our taxes up. We got to pay a fortune anyway over there. I don't want half the bridge. I don't want half the bridge. That is Canada's bridge. Because the government, they damn sure not going to pay for it, bro. You not bumping my taxes, bro. I don't care. I don't want half the bridge. Ain't no disrespect towards you, Canada. I know you guys understand. That's your bridge. But don't go trying to take over. I want half the bridge. Because y'all, the government, you, Trump, you rich. You pay for the bridge then. You pay for it. Man, it's going to bump our taxes up skyrocket. Why? I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this, man. I'm not doing this. Because then we got to help keep the bridge maintained. And this and this and this. What? If you're asking for half of something, you need to know what you're taking up with it. You need to look at everything. Oh, what about this? What about that? What about that? We're already in debt. The government ain't... The government doesn't have a plan like other countries to pay for it and without, screwing their people. Our government is going to screw us. 1,000%. Like, I feel bad for, people in like 9-to-5 jobs, workers, factories, this and that. Like, whatever job you're working, whatever occupation, them taxes, yup. Nobody can run from it. Not even entrepreneurs.
The U.S. should own at least a half of the bridge, and he's open to immediate negotiations.
Oh, my gosh.
Very well known in Metro Detroit and throughout Michigan that the Canadian...
Wait, so literally you want half the bridge. That means we got to pay Canada. Because they're not just going to give it to us. We got to pay Canada. And who's paying for that?
Canadian government fronted the money for this project and is going to pay it back with tolls. We've been hearing that for years, over and over and over again. So to see a communication from the president suggesting that somehow the U.S. government isn't being taken care of here, we know better in Michigan, and that's a disconnect that we're not always used to.
Yeah, Canada has said from the beginning that they will pay the $4.8 billion to build this bridge, and they hope to recoup that at the tolls. And that could take as long as 36 years, after which they're open to splitting the money gained at that tolls between the two countries. Now, coming up at 11, the CEO of the Detroit Regional Chamber of Commerce weighs in on this, why there may be much more at stake here. You'll hear from that coming up at about 11 o'clock. Reporting live in Detroit, Dave Spencer, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, and
I said this 8 months ago when I made that video, when we was checking out the bridge being built. And I asked that question, will this affect the bridge, the construction of the bridge in the long run? crazy how that aged. I said that 8 months ago.
You know, there's an order, an executive order in place in law that says a president can restrict a bridge project based on a couple factors like safety or economic interest. So state and local leaders, even the federal levels at Congress, they kind of had their hands tied here until the president signs off on it.
Yeah, I mean, probably this is a negotiating tactic. He says he's open to immediate negotiations. We'll see what come of this, and we'll see what further delays that this could implicate here at the Gordie Howe Bridge that we've been waiting for years now for the opening of.
You know, I'll be watching it closely, and we'll be watching for your report tonight at 11 with more on what the Detroit Regional Chamber has to say about this. Dave Spencer for us live tonight. Thank you.
But we do want.
Oh, Carney tells Trump Canadians paid for Gordie Howe Bridge. Now, the thumbnail of this video, as y'all seen, it was a fact check. So, here we go.
To begin in Windsor, Ontario. This is the view from the city looking towards the Gordie Howe International Bridge that links with Detroit. Workers from the two countries are meeting in the middle, putting finishing touches on the project. But divisive new comments from Donald Trump threaten to bring everything to a screeching halt. The U.S. president insists Canada must fully compensate the U.S. That's despite the fact that more than $6 billion in cost was entirely funded by Canada for the bridge. And Trump
Wait. Does he want to be like a shareholder or partaker in the bridge? Or does he want Canada to give up half of that bridge to the US for free? That's like, oh, you owe us. Or is he looking for more from Canada plus the bridge? Whether it's giving it to him for free, like give it to him for free, or us taxpayers pay for it. Because if you put that money in, we got to pay you for that half. Y'all put that 4.8 bill in. We got to pay y'all for that half. 4.8 bill. That's 2.4 bill. Who got that? We don't got that.
himself called the project vital back in 2017. Now, the Prime Minister was asked about Trump's bridge ultimatum as he head into cabinet earlier today. Here's what Mark Carney had to say about a call he had with the U.S. president.
We discussed the bridge. I explained that Canada, of course, paid for the construction of the bridge, over $4 billion, that the ownership is shared between the state of Michigan and the government of Canada, and that in the construction of the bridge, obviously there's Canadian steel, Canadian workers, but also U.S. steel, U.S. workers that are involved. This is a great example of cooperation between our countries. Look forward to it opening. And what is particularly important, of course, is the commerce and the tourism and the voyages of Canadians and Americans that go across that bridge.
So now this new controversy was sparked by a...
Wait, so he's actually in for it? I mean, well, it's a business deal, of course. Of course, this is a great business deal for Carney, depending how Trump goes about it and what he says and what he wants. This could be a great opportunity for Canada.
Rambling social media post by Donald Trump filled with accusations and false claims about the bridge project. The CBC's Aaron Collins is in Washington with more.
I mean, I think it is good, like, you know, if we're going to have a bridge that connect the two countries, like, why not be American and Canadian? Like, come on, that's the U.S.-Canadian relationship right there, how it should be. I just don't know if Trump wants it for free. Because y'all did pay over $4 billion. Or if he's willing to, like, actually, you know, put some money in and give Canada. Because why would Trump be trying to give Canada the money for that when he's literally saying Canada owes us? That's what I'm saying. Like, we got to see how this could benefit Canada. It definitely won't benefit. What is going on? But I would like it to be like a U.S.-Canada bridge. Not just a Canadian bridge. But, I mean, you guys did put that money in. I feel like us as just partners and stuff, though. It just makes it look better. You know, like, you know. I'm all in for us being partners, for real. Like, you know, anything that's U.S. and Canada, hey, I'm in for it, for real.
The bridge project. The CBC's Aaron Collins is in Washington with more.
There's a lot to unpack in this one social media post, which is often the case when they come from President Trump. This post, as you mentioned, it's long, it was meandering, it wasn't really very focused, but the broad strokes, if we want to sort of get to that, does revolve around this new Gordie Howe Bridge connecting Windsor and Detroit, set to open very soon. It's completed. There was some talk of a ribbon cutting maybe in March or April. That's not entirely
Compensated for everything.
really clear, but Trump's essentially threatening not to let that happen unless the U.S. is, quote, fully compensated for everything we have given them. It's unclear what the president is after here, though, Arthi. I mean, this is a project Trump called vital during his first term. As you heard from Premier Ford, he fast-tracked it in 2017. Canada, as you heard from the Prime Minister, paid for the entire cost of building the bridge. And Michigan is going to maintain part ownership. So a sense among many observers that the U.S. president is just plain wrong on this file.
And was I wrong? See? That's why I'm like, this ain't making sense.
What he's saying is not true. He's badly informed. You know, in his first term, he had some staff around him that were well informed and tried to restrain him. Now, he's got a lot of crackpots working for him and telling him things that simply aren't true. The fact is, the bridge is complete. We've been planning a major celebration, ribbon cutting, for perhaps late March or early April.
Oh, what?
And so
the bridge is finished? Y'all finished that bridge quick? It only took about like a year, maybe less. Whoa. The bridge is finished?
Well, the bridge wasn't the only topic covered in this social media post. It rambled on for about 300 words, and some of the other, I don't know if you want to call them highlights or lowlights, what have you. The president railed again against Ontario no longer selling American alcohol. There's the complaints we've heard many times before about U.S. dairy farmers being charged tariffs. And this one, really difficult to wrap your head around. He seems to be bothered by Canada negotiating in any way trade deals with China, something the president quite bizarrely says will lead to the outlawing of hockey in Canada. It's a lot.
It is a lot. And
of hockey, something the president quite bizarrely says will lead to the outlawing of hockey in Canada. It's a lot.
It is a lot. And certainly
What does outlawing mean? What the He didn't say that. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. He didn't. No. He no. He no.
we have had a lot of reaction to.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. And certainly we have had a lot of reaction to on this side of the border. We've heard from the Prime Minister, we've heard from Ontario's Premier, as well as the Mayor from Windsor, all within the last 24 hours since that post came out from the U.S. President. What about the U.S.?
If he outlaws hockey, that ain't even possible. Not even possible. Outlaw the NFL. Outlaw the NFL. Outlaw the NBA since y'all created basketball too. In great football, you created basketball, but outlaw them both, as a matter of fact, because they both too popular. Outlaw them both. What? Make such a statement? Oh, my Americans watching this, man. How y'all feel about this for real? This is crazy, man. Are we on the same? So, like, are we thinking the same? This is crazy. Now, if Canada decides to run that military, then what? Y'all. Carney's the perfect man for this position. You know, he's not immature or nothing. Because I know so many world leaders that probably would have been pushed that button. It probably would have been pushed that button.
What are we hearing from inside the United States when it comes to this threat?
Yeah, response from down here south of the border was quick, and especially from Democratic politicians in Michigan, a slew of them weighing in here, including a spokesperson for Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, who wrote, it's gonna open, referring to the bridge, one way or another, and the governor's looking forward to attending that ribbon cutting. So an acknowledgement from officials here about the importance economically on both sides of the border of this project. All of this happening, of course, as negotiations over a new Canada-U.S. free trade agreement sort of loom in the background. But members of the Trump administration are saying that those negotiations are completely separate to talks about the bridge.
The Gordie Howe Bridge is Canadian-owned and operated, and there's a concern, a valid concern on the part of the president, that this bridge was allowed to be built. They didn't necessarily use American content in the bridge.
Okay, so he's trying to basically say, well, it is touching the United States. It's on our land. We should have some part of this, some partake, or you owe us or something a little bit. You know, 8 months ago, I asked, what if, like, just the Canadians paid for this and it's going to the U.S.? I literally said this. What if Trump, like, wanted some money or a reimbursement or something out of it? Like, what if he wanted a perk out of it? Or what if he wanted to wait till, like, it was, like, last minute, the bridge was done, to hit you guys right there? Oh, because you can't do nothing about it at that point. The bridge is finished. You put all that work in, and then it's kind of forcing the negotiations and stuff now, and having to work with Trump, because it's like, we already built this, man. We can't open it until he says something, because it isn't his country. Like, this is frustrating. Nah, this is like manipulation tactics right here.
It's going into the United States. There's a question as to the proceeds of tolls, etc., and so there's going to be a negotiation on that front.
I think it's important, whatever happens here, to keep context of these posts in mind. You can't necessarily take the president's musings on social media at face value. I have ample proof of that. Recently, Donald Trump's posted about tariffs on Canada's planes, tariffs because we were dealing with China. Those haven't materialized. So it's just really, really hard, Arthi, to know how seriously to take any of this.
That's the CBC's Aaron Collins in Washington. Thank you.
We deal with China. Why can't Canada deal with China? Because you want them to rely on us. Feel free to share your honest thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me today on this beautiful day. I hope you all stay healthy and well. Enjoy your day. Nothing but positive vibes. Go listen to some good music. Go out. Enjoy the weather. Chill with your friends, families. Get your mind off of this topic right here. Off of this. At least for some time. Because it's going to come back to the mind like, look, this BS is going on too. Seriously, man. Everybody feel free to like, comment, subscribe, turn all post notifications on. Feel free to share this video and channel to your friends and family members. And feel free to follow my Twitch and check out all my other YouTube channels in the description pertaining to some other countries, if you guys may be interested in joining me along, continuing my journey. Should I say our journey? Because this wouldn't be possible without you guys. We've came so far on all my channels and just learning and educating ourselves, becoming more wise and intellectual. Seriously, you guys are part of the reason why I'm just becoming more smart on a daily basis. More educated, more aware and known to the stuff going on around the world. You guys don't bash me. You guys don't look at this guy. He's dumb. You guys just educate me along the journey, and I really do appreciate that. Like, I am so very thankful for each and every single one of you on all my channels. I know some of you watching me on this channel, you support me on another channel and this one. Thank you so much. Seriously, guys. Feel free to check out that Twitch and all my other channels. You won't want to miss out. I promise. Hopefully you enjoy the content. I can't promise to say you'll love it, but I'm gonna go ahead and say you'll love it, man. You will love the content. Nothing but good vibes, nothing but positive vibes. Who am I kidding? For real. That's what you're gonna get in every single one of my videos. All my Americans, thank you for joining me as well. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this whole situation going on. Do you agree with it or not? Please be honest in the comment section. I love you all so much. Stay safe, man. And I hope to catch you all in the next reaction video.